But I think this has set the pace now because government has instructed the NNPCL to go ahead and rehabilitate the second phase or the second segment of the Port Harcourt refinery. Also go ahead to Warri, Kaduna, and all of that. Well, my question would be maybe a layman's question. If all the refineries become fully operational and we have Dangote refinery and all of that, what sort of competition would this put up? Or is there any possible positives for us, even as a country? Just to get some clear understanding. If all the 4 refineries become operational, we still have Dangote refinery also producing. Our crude production is still not where it ought to be. What impact would that have, basically?
Well, let's talk theoretically. First of all, I do not think government should rehabilitate the other refineries. I do not think government has the capacity to run refineries.
Good.
It's something every government learns when they spend 3-4 years. There was a reason why the refineries was sold in the first place by previous governments. And there's a reason why turnaround maintenances from 1993 haven't had any impact. So I do not think government should repair refineries. This is my own personal opinion. And this is based on the fact that the economics of refinery do not make it possible. You already have a problem of supply, of input supply. Dangote, when it's producing at maximum, will take about 600,000 barrels of crude. You've got Port Harcourt, who can do, the other refineries combined together will take another 200,000 as of now, and maybe at full capacity, 485,000 barrels of crude. We don't have that crude. The crude is not available. It's not going to be available tomorrow. It's not available next year. But so theoretically, that won't happen. And I think government should focus on the business of managing what it ought to manage and not allow NNPC to make a decision on refineries on efficiency. One of the biggest problems having challenges in the industry right now is government thinking they can run the business that they don't know how to run. And that's why there's a lot of crisis. And one of the things we've talked about earlier on in your almost reforms, when you're doing reforms, you do reforms completely. It's hand up refineries, give it to people that know how to do it. Let them manage it. Some of them are not competitive, and some of them will never be competitive for many reasons. The issues around supply chains are still there. The issues around distribution are still there. The issues around markets are still there. But again, this is my opinion. Now, back to your question. If all the refineries were working, well, this is good. It's a great thing for Nigeria if all the refineries were working and supplying. What it means is that Nigeria becomes a net exporter of products, and we get more value to Nigerian currency. When you take out a barrel of crude without refining it, you lose a lot of money. For every barrel of crude you take out of the country, you lose up to $1,000 on the barrel because you've not added value to it. The same thing when somebody supplies yam. You know, yam has a value, but yam as pounded yam, the value triples. Yam as chips, the value triples. Yam as flour, the value triples. Anytime you add value to a process, the value triples or quadruples or whatever percentage. So same thing with crude. So having refineries working and supplying Africa or West Africa with products means we earn more money. We have more markets for our crude, and the industry is more efficient, and that is good for Nigeria as a country. But again, there are more challenges that we can face. Would that affect pricing? In some areas, it might. In areas of maybe like kerosene, maybe some extent diesel, maybe to some extent, but petrol marginally, because it's an internationally traded product, and the determinants of the pricing are not locally. And it's never going to happen unless government is subsidizing back again. It won't be that where you buy petrol at 200 naira per liter, 400 naira per liter. And that's why in my own private space, I've campaigned about supporting this CNG. I mean, to the jargon of my friends who think if you support CNG, government must have paid you. But because I understand that it's not going to get to a point where petrol will be that cheaper again, unless we go back to all this. If the dollar strengthens things very well, and we have price of crude falling to a certain level, then price might become lower. Might become lower, but never in the margin of 500 naira per liter petrol again. That won't happen. Those days are gone.